spoilers. Everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. Good news, today we draw. Today we draw a classic. We're drawing Ocarina of Time from memory, Temple of Time. Let's do it. Hi, hello, hey, how's it freaking going, dude? You're looking good today. Did he say that in the intro yet? I don't know. We're drawing Ocarina of Time. That's the plan. And it was tough, man. It was very difficult because Ocarina of Time, low poly art style, a little bit retro. I decided to go pixel art, even though it isn't. I just thought pixel art would look nice in the style of Ocarina of Time, and I wanted to try something new. I've been sitting on this video. I've had it since they announced it. Like, I immediately was like interested in drawing this game right after the announcement of the remake came out. So freaking excited, by the way. But the reason I haven't done it, or at least recorded the voiceover, is because I wasn't super satisfied with how it turned out. That being said, I've decided today that it would be good to show you guys anyways, because like I'm learning how to draw, you know? If I only showed you guys the good drawings, that wouldn't be real. So I don't think this is bad. I just think I could have done it better. Either way, I took your advice from last time in the Breath of the Wild drawing video. You told me to like block in shapes before I start adding like the detail and everything. So that's what I tried to do. I tried to like just set up the composition first. And I think it really did help, which is like a more pleasing to look at image. So for Ocarina of Time, I feel like it's got so many like interesting landscapes and stuff. But the most memorable scene for me was when you first walk up to the Temple of Time and you see it there just standing impressively, very imposing. And then in the background, you see like the forest and then the volcano from Death Mountain. That's what I remember from Ocarina of Time. Like that was the most impressive viewpoint for me. So I decided to try and do that from memory. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Memory, not great. I will say it right now, but drawing pretty decent, he says with bated breath. But this is what I got so far. This is immediately, it's not going to look like this, I promise. It does get better. But this isn't my first pixel art drawing. I've done a little bit before, not too much. I'm not going to lie to you. Deltarune has made me love pixel art more than I thought I ever would. It's a very difficult medium to draw with. And I feel like as you'll see as the video goes on, it's very hard to balance like over detailing and do it like just doing way too much because I feel like I have to. I don't know. It's weird. Do you like the way this looks so far? Commenter, and be honest, me neither. I do end up freaking cutting him in half vertically and moving some stuff around soon enough, but I really struggled with like the perspective of this building. So much that when I finished it, I don't know how many spoilers, so much that when I finished it, I went back again. Guys, terrible news, he's freaking gone. Get out of my sight, idiot. Cross my path again, see what happens. Me to the ghoul that I see outside my window. I know he's out there. Time heals all wounds, he says to me. I don't know what it means. It frightens me. But this is where we start doing something a little bit different. It gets wild out here. And I think it's wild for the better. Because all these fellas get a haircut real quick. All these fellas, new men from the chin up. Get out of my sight. It's 3 apartment buildings now. Remember when Ocarina of Time had 3 high-rise apartment buildings? It's here. But this immediately feels and looks better to me and my weird little like creature brain. Thoughts? What are we thinking? Better? I think so. Very imposing, very impressive. His posture, incredible. I think originally with the design, I was gonna go for like a more cartoony, stylistic version of it, and I ended up going more into, I don't want to say realism, because that's just not true, but a more realistic approach to the structure and everything. And I think it ends up being worse for it, actually. I don't want to talk bad about the drawing because I think eventually it is like, it's good. I think it's a good drawing. I just, you know, if I were to do it again, I would do different things. But that's the whole process of learning, man. Which is why I thought it'd be good to show you this anyways. Also, that roof on the left, god damn! But I failed to draw the other one for like 5 minutes, and then I gave up. But we do go back to it, and I fix him, I promise. And then I wanted the path leading up to the Temple of Time. You know how there's like stairs? I tried to do it, and then I think I just kind of confused myself with all the lines I was drawing, and I gave up on that part too. But I do go back and eventually get like a a pathway that I like. You guys told me in the last drawing video, a bunch of the comments, people are giving me tons of tips. Thank you so much. I will be accepting tips again. I like when you guys teach me things. It's very cool and helpful because I actually did learn from it. In this one, I decided to just do a base color for everything first, and then we could like slowly add the detail after, because I tried to do it the other way a previous time, and it was just so overwhelming with the pixel art, man. There's levels to this, and I am not at that level yet. That is true. I think my ability for pixel art is like just learning feels really good is yet to be humbled, and this one kind of humbled me. I made like a few drawings before this. I'll put them on the screen right now, and they're good. I really like how they turned out, but they like to this scale. This is the first time I've done a drawing to this scale in this style. And it has hands, man. Pixel art it looks way easier than it is. I've been inspired by like Blasphemous and Deltarune, stuff like that. The thing about Deltarune's art style is that it's so freaking good, and it's done so well that it makes it look easy. But it just isn't. It's just not. And I learned that the hard way, but I'm glad that I learned it. I want to try more mediums for art. I think that could be a lot of fun. I just like drawing, man. I don't know. But like I said, this is from memory. I was not using a reference. So what my brain cooked up and remembered that just isn't there in the game. I don't know why I thought there was. I thought there was like a giant stained glass, like circular window at the top of the middle tower. Just isn't there, by the way. Just not there, but for some reason, my brain told me it was. But this is what I'm talking about. I think I leaned too far into a realistic art style that these giant windows on the towers kind of like stand out to me. Like they feel way too big, and I think it would hide those better if it was a more cartoonish art style. Kind of like a One Piece. It has such wacky character designs. They're allowed to get away with so much more stuff when they do like weird things with anatomy because of the style that it is, and I think that's really cool. So I like leaning into cartoony styles. That's why the rat looks like that. That's why the rat looks like he does. Now that the base is down, this is kind of how the church ends up staying. And I feel like we got a solid structure. We got good bones, they say. Guys, if you were a bone, what's your favorite bone? Be honest. Femur. Actually, wrist bone. I'm proud of my weird little bones, my weird little skeleton that pilots me. Big fan of him. And this is where I kind of lose it a little bit when it comes to detailing. I don't know. I like really like it, but I feel like I over detailed like crazy towards the end. You're gonna see it. I think I spent like an hour and a half just drawing bricks. Lucky for you, the video will not be that long, I hope. You'll cut it out of the video, right, future me? Hey, editing Quinn, I know you're hearing this. Looking good, dude. Keep up the good work. Hey, commenter, I know you're hearing this. Looking good, dude. Keep up the good work. Now we draw bricks. Now it's brick time. But this is kind of the whole process for me in pixel art. And I think, like, right now it's looking decent. But I don't know. I might also just be, like, being hard on myself. Because that just happens when you, like, create something. I've been itching for a reason to go back and play Ocarina of Time. And I know you're gonna be like, Quinn, you say that about all the Zelda games, and you never do. But also, shut up. I wanted to replay it for a while now. I just couldn't think of like a good challenge run to do. The older Zelda games are so much more restrictive in terms of what you can do for a challenge run. It makes me sad. That being said, I don't need a challenge run if the whole freaking game is new. So I am unbelievably excited just to play it again. I talked about it a little bit in one of the Korok hunting videos, and I will say it again. I have seen already so many opinions on the game, and we have like zero information. People ask me if I like it. I don't know. I haven't seen anything. Link's got a freaking huge head. Why he head's so damn big? it make me laugh. I don't know. Also, I think I said this before, but I don't think it's coming out this year. I think it's getting delayed again. I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. I hope I'm freaking insane, but wait, like that's all you have to show? Just his big ass head? I'm just really excited to see like Impa again, like cool Impa. I really hope they keep that scene where Sheik dives out of the tree after throwing the smoke bomb after the water temple. I'm so excited for the water temple, dude. Are you kidding me? What's the kingfish's name? I don't know what the fish king's name is. Lord Jabu Jabu? That's the really big one. That's like fish god. Ew, dude, I'm not excited to see that updated graphics. The inside of a damn fish. No, thank you. Ew, wait, I just realized there's gonna be so much like gross stuff down in the well. Ooh, it's gonna be creepy. It's gonna be so good. I just really hope it doesn't lose that like magic with newer graphics. You know what I mean? I don't think it will because I'm just confident that they're gonna do it justice, but I really wanted to have that Ocarina of Time charm, you know? And I think it will. Also, look at that freaking shading on this tower. Are you kidding me? It's beautiful. I don't know. See, this is where I struggle because I thought I like over shaded it and over detailed it, but I think it just it turned out really pretty. Like, I kind of love it, but it feels like there's too much going on. So it just feels off. Let me know what you think. Genuinely, I'm curious and I'm kind of stumped. That being said, think of the Redeads. Think of how horrific they're going to be. I think I made a video like, oh god, like 4 years ago now, talking about what I wanted for Tears of the Kingdom. And in that video, I mentioned that I just really wanted music to be like a core theme of the games again. And I think the closest thing we've gotten to that recently is probably freaking Cadence of Hyrule. No, well, yes, but like that doesn't count. Would be like the music section in Echoes of Wisdom with the fish. But like, that's it. So I'm just really glad for him to be playing his freaking Ocarina again. I know people don't like Navi. The Navi hate is unjustified. Okay, her going, hey, listen, is not a big deal. I'm very excited for Navi to be back. Don't talk to me about it. I don't care. Navi's great. I'm very interested to see what they do with Navi as a character, because people pretend to hate her. Be for real. Come on, man. You don't hate her. You can be honest. Also, ignore my squeaky ass chair. But anyways, back to the drawing. Now that the insides are all filled in, what are we thinking? I want your one big thoughts, please. Too much detail, yes or no? Oh, then here's the fun part, guys. Now you get to watch me figure out how to draw a dam. That took so many attempts, and I'm embarrassed to admit it, but we did eventually get there. It was literal horror flashbacks to when you had to like draw on the murals in Skyward Sword with the Wiimote. Just trying to draw the Triforce so you could get like a fairy. Oh my god. I don't know why the Triforce is still so difficult for me to draw from memory, but we figured it out. And this part here around the door is something that I wasn't even trying to do, but it actually turned out to be like one of my favorite parts of the drawing. I love the way that I detailed it. I think I made it look very like round. It's very dome shaped. I think I kind of killed it with the shading. And I wasn't even trying to. Like, I don't think it was supposed to be dome shaped. It just kind of turned out to be that way, and I really like it. Okay, now that I look at it, I'm really enjoying the— look at that freaking— okay, the detail looks good. Am I crazy? Wait, maybe the drawing is actually great, and I was just being way more critical of myself than I needed to be. Look at that, man. Oh my god. It's really satisfying watching it get painted in. It's really nice on the brain. Oh, wait, that looks nice. Wait, I'm surprising myself. I forgot I did that. Wait, that looks really good, actually. Now, here we go. Frickin' Triforce moment. I'd tell a joke right now, but I don't want to try and force it. Leave a frickin' like and subscribe. Now, okay, this I thought was really cool. So, churches have stained glass. I had the idea that maybe I would try and do a really like— would this be 8-bit? Like a really small, detailed Zelda holding the Triforce in the top. I know that's not in the game. We take creative liberties around here, but but it took me a while to get there, but I did end up getting like a design that I ended up being really happy with. In the end, it's just give me a sec. Just give me— also, she's just— is she blue in Ocarina of Time? She isn't, right? She wears a pink dress, doesn't she? I'm Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom pilled. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Link's blue now. Sorry, guys. Do you think there are people watching or just playing Zelda in general that don't know that Link was originally green because they've only like played the new games? Look how cute. Look how freaking cute, dude. Are you kidding me? This is adorable. I really struggle with the hand. I don't know how to draw hands normally. Do it with like 8 blocks, huh? You think you're so smart, do it with 8 blocks, all right? But then I was like, how do I do the freaking Triforce again? But I think it turned out really damn good. Tell me this isn't adorable. A little bit of shading. Tell me this isn't the cutest freaking thing you've ever seen. And at first I wasn't sure what I wanted the background to be like. And then I realized I was just doing the same thing with the walls and I hated it. So I decided to actually do like a sky and some grass in the background. Kind of like she's sitting in a big like grassy open field. Wait, now that I'm looking at it's so freaking cute, man. I love this. Wow, this guy's pretty damn good at drawing. You guys should leave a subscribe or something. I draw sometimes. And I'll do it again. This is a warning. I will do it again. And then there's a little, that's probably Rivali, I think. One little bird. Burgley? Who knows? It could be anyone. Did they they didn't have Rito in Ocarina of Time, right? Wait, that's crazy. Okay. No, they didn't. They did not have, do you think they had Rito? Do you think Ocarina of Time of Remake has Rito? No chance, right? It's a shame. I don't know how I'm gonna survive a video game without Saki. Like, that's crazy to me. But now back to the roof, where I get a little bit more confused because I wasn't sure how I wanted to detail it because I didn't want there to be too much going on. So I just added what I thought would be like, I don't know, where the shingles are. Did they have shingles back then? What did they put up there? Genuine question. I have no idea. But like, this would be like where the gaps were and it like got withered over time or whatever. That was the plan. But good news, we are almost done with the church and we can get started on the rest of most of the drawing was the church. It is kind of the focal point. It took the longest to figure out. But now we get to add the weird foliage, my favorite freaking part. It's like when you build a house in Minecraft and you cover it in leaves. It's that. And it just signifies the end of the build or the drawing. It's just a great feeling. I wanted it to be like very overgrown and swampy. What I was going for at this point was kind of like it's been abandoned. You know, maybe way after Ganon's took over and the earth kind of like reclaims it. This is like maybe the time where Link doesn't win and they forget all about Hylia and the Temple of Time and like the goddesses and stuff. That's kind of what I was going for. So I wanted the church to still be standing because it's like this symbol of like hope and power. And I don't think it would fall down. But I wanted like nature to kind of overtake it, like it's been forgotten to time, the Temple of Time. His pen is too fired. And then I kind of ruined it for a little bit. I go back and I change it later, but this is way too bright of a green for what I was going for. But there's my green snot vines. Thoughts? Pretty cool. And now this was a choice that I made. I wanted it to be stained glass, and I thought we would go with more blue like Zelda's shirt. And I'm realizing now, once it is finished, it just kind of looks like it's reflecting the sky. But the terrible news, the sky isn't freaking blue. So I did miss a little bit when it comes to the stained glass. I should have just done more colors. I don't know why I only did blue. That was the mistake. Guys, thoughts on the blue dimension? Freaking hate it. Does that make sense? Am I being hard on myself again? Or do you get it? And then, terrible news, guys, I did forget to record the start of this tree right here. We're finally done with the church. The church is finished. For now. I will go back and change it later, but this is where I got really confused and struggled heavily. If you thought I was struggling in the first part, wait till he learns how to draw a freaking tree. Are you kidding me? This easily, the most difficult part. I feel like at least with the church, there was like a method to what I was doing. Now it just kind of felt like I was scribbling, and I don't like that. Like there's no thinking, there's no thought process going into this other than I'm just shading it to look like leaves, and it just kind of looks like green slop. Like it's just a bunch of stuff scattered everywhere. The highlights and the shadows kind of bring it together a little bit better. Like there's structure there. I just don't think it was like a good choice. Also, these tree roots turned out really fucking cool, dare I say it. Look at this. I love the way the trunks of these trees turned out. That looks awesome to me. That looks freaking sick. And then I thought more highlights here would help it. I think it does. It kind of gives like a circular feel to the tree, but like overall it just comes off kind of flat, I think. And I don't know how to fix that with pixel art yet. This one, the second tree actually turned out the best, and it's because I think I figured out how to do it properly at this point. I didn't like completely cover it, and I think that was the right choice. Right? Am I crazy? Does this one not look awesome? Yeah, I like this one a lot. Yeah, I'm really proud of this one, actually. Tree number 3, better than the first, not as good as the second, dare I say it. But now, just darker trees in the background makes sense. Also, by the way, something crazy, this entire drawing was not done with a pen. This was all mouse. Pixel art kind of allows me to draw with a mouse again, and it just feels so weird not using the pen. But also, like, I tried the pen for pixel art, and it just don't click in my brain for some reason. Whole lot of trees. Forest, done. tree behind the damn church. He hid it away. And it was finally time to tackle the path in the perspective that confused me so much. I just ended up doing this. I wanted it to be like the actual game, but it just isn't. Unfortunately, it does kind of take its own path, and I really wanted it to be overgrown and left behind, because that's just how it was feeling, you know, kind of apocalyptic. And I do think that I like kind of nailed it. Grass growing out of the path everywhere, nobody left to take care of it. The kingdom of Hyrule long gone. It's now evil Hyrule, he would say as he grins with his big fucking grin. But it's those are like kind of stairs. Does that give stair vibes? I kind of wanted it to still have stairs. And I don't know, it all looks kind of flat. I think that's where I struggle with it, is just adding depth. I even struggle with that on normal drawings. Like, it all kind of feels flat, and I don't really know how to get around that yet. I'm still learning. I'm still just a little guy. And then I just kind of wanted it to be like broken and crumbling. Some different colors here and there. I think what really helps it is the little pieces of grass just growing out of the path. And now these shadows, I kind of cook with the shadows. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like how the shadowing and the shading on the grass turned out, but unfortunately you will have to wait a little bit longer. I draw more individual pieces of grass. Guys, welcome back to Quinn Draws Grass. For this took me probably like 15 minutes. Shadows, beautiful, absolutely stunning. Shadow jump scare, more grass. Look at that, man. I think that really helps with creating some kind of depth. It was like what it needed to just add some dimension to the ground, I think. And there's not too much. Like, I think I did a really good job with the lawn and everything because it's not over detailed. I just wish I thought about that when I drew the rest of it. And now flowers, cute. Some silent princesses, perhaps. Do you think silent princesses will appear in the Ocarina of Time remake? Do you think references from other Zelda games that weren't originally in Ocarina of Time will show up? And if you do, which ones? It'd be so interesting. And now for the fun part. It's time for sky. Bring back that beautiful sunset. Kind of Twilight adjacent. No, I wasn't thinking about Midna when I drew the sky, but now I am. So thank you for reminding me. I really like the speckled, like lighter and darker colors in the background. I use it like the airbrush tool. I really only use the paintbrush tool for this and the airbrush tool just on the background in the sky. There's so much more in here that I just never touched because I was scared. But look at these freaking clouds, dude. I love drawing pixel art clouds. It feels so cool on my brain. It's like the one thing that I think I'm like really good at when it comes to pixel arts. These are alto stratus clouds, in case you were wondering. Don't believe me? Tell somebody who cares. Don't believe me? Frickin' look it up or something. And now, volcano. Time for Death Mountain. And I think at this point I was realizing that everything was like a little bit too detailed. So for Death Mountain, I decided to just kind of chill out and not do too much with it. So it kind of just ends up looking like this, and then I do a quick little bit of shading, and that's it. That's Death Mountain, guys. I think it turned out really freaking good. I'm really happy with how the drawing turned out. I talked about it like I didn't like it. I'm a big fan. In the end, I'm really proud of this drawing. I think it's a great first attempt at like a pixel art piece, and I'm happy with it. But gamers, I had more flowers. Sorry, you thought the video was over. More flowers, more flowers. Anyways, that is the drawing. Gamers, let me know what you think. I think it turned out really freaking good. I'm really happy with it. Pixel art's hard. You should try it. If you haven't, give it a go. Like, I think you could just do it. You're allowed to, you know? You could just freaking do some pixel art drawings if you want. I like this. I think it's okay. If I were to go back, I would maybe add like less detail to the castle walls. I think there's way too much going on that it kind of comes off as flat, in my opinion. Like, it's hard to tell what's happening. It feels like there's too much. I think the grass is great. I think the perspective is good. It could use a little bit of work, but it's okay. The front trees, maybe clean them up a little bit, but I love the background, like the sky, the clouds, the grass. Overall, I think it's like a 6, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10, probably. I like it. Let me know what you think. Am I being hard on myself? Probably. But I'm genuinely here to hear your opinions. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, if you hate it, I also want to know. Let me know what I should change. I'm trying my best to learn how to draw. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye. See you later. Hope you have a good day. Draw something. See you later. Bye.